Hey, what is going on, Fan Clan? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Danny Phantump. Happy Sunday. Hope you guys are all doing well. Hope you're having a great weekend so far. Not happy with the Brewers. We're not going to talk about it. Not happy with the trade. Not happy with their situation. Not happy with how they're performing. Not happy with how they're playing. But I digress. It is hard to believe. I just needed to get that off my chest. I hope that's okay with you guys. It's hard to believe we are less than 600 subscribers away from 75,000. And when that happens, we get to open this bad boy up. It says do not open until 75,000. I wrote that. I just have messy handwriting. Special giveaway. Inside this box is something really cool, and it would be awesome if by Wednesday when we do our live stream we hit that 75,000 marks. That way we can open this up live and talk about what's inside and what's going to happen for our 75K celebration. But today we are going to talk about celebrations. We're going to talk about sealed product involving celebrations, and the theme of the week is going to be what you can pull out of booster packs that have more value than the booster pack. As booster packs climb a little bit, celebrations was something that I was like, some of the sealed product in celebrations really seems to be rising a little bit. And if we remember correctly, we're closing in on the 1-year anniversary of celebrations, which came out last October. And then in like February of 2022, Pokemon sent out a tweet saying, hey, we're twilighting this set. We are not going to have it available anymore. And so far, they have kind of held true to their word. It has not been available on PokemonCenter.com. Now, there are still some stores that have it in stock. Some distributors still have it in stock that are selling to LGSs at a premium rate, not at wholesale prices necessarily. I was just looking at lists the other week, and some of the Celebrations product that is available is much closer to MSRP, which means that a storefront would then have to sell it for above MSRP. But occasionally, you might still be able to find it in Target or in Walmart, especially in an area where Pokemon might have really dropped in popularity. So keep your eye out, because some of this product is really starting to go in the upward direction. There are some kind of outliers that are going in the downward direction, but we'll look at that in just a second here. I'm going to flip you guys around so you can see what I am talking about. And we're going to start off with the Ultra Premium Collection, which is very, very interesting and very unique because people are still kind of finding this occasionally out and about, but it is not rising like a lot of people thought it would. They thought once it kind of crossed that $400 mark that it would continue trending upwards and it would be $1,000 by Christmas this year. I don't see that happening. I do see it continuing to go upwards, but I think maybe $500, that's kind of a better goal of what you can assume the Ultra Premium Collection is going to be to. We have to remember for a second that last year, kind of at this time, Pokemon was still in a very fragile state where people were buying tons and tons of sealed product with the pure intent of turning around to flip. So as Pokemon is kind of slowing down and dying off a little bit, and these people are like, hey, I really want to get my money back for this purchase, or I want to get what I can rather than wait 4 or 5 years, the amount of sealed product that is kind of being stashed away or has been stashed away that is slowly being unloaded is really kind of stabilizing a lot of the market. And that's why you don't see bigger drops. That's why you see ups and downs so frequently when it comes to some of these sealed products. And the UPC being one of those most highly scalped items, things that people just bought out, lined up so that way they could immediately flip it. No different. It's going to impact that a lot more. So we did see the market price of this go over $400, but as you can see, it's really slowed back down. And we're looking at the last 3 months of data when it comes to celebrations, because that's kind of the last time that we looked at it. And as you can tell, at one point, the Ultra Premium Collection was selling for close to $400 at $391.46, and then it dropped down to $348.15. We don't have as many ghost sales when it comes to TCG Player right now for this specific product. If you remember, at one point in time, a lot of companies were trying to manipulate the price, or a lot of private sellers or private people were trying to manipulate the price, selling them for $120, $140, $160 to bring that market price way down, so that way when companies listed them, they were like, oh, hold on a second, I need to list this for a lot less because the market price is much lower. We don't see that as much, but you do see this product kind of trending in the downward direction, which is very interesting and a good sign for people who might want to add this to their collection, and they're like, hey, I'm okay paying $300, $325, but I don't want to pay $500 for it. But as you can see, trending in the downward direction right now. It's currently sitting at $349.48, which is very close to its 3-month low of $348.15. It'll be interesting to see how this product continues to do, especially as we inch closer and closer to the holiday season. Booster packs are a very interesting thing. More people are kind of getting back to celebrations. I remember seeing a lot of these booster packs sell over the last week and a half, 2 weeks on TCG Player. It's kind of kind of gaining a resurgence from a lot of people who are coming back in that maybe left during celebrations because of all the scalping issues and availability issues, and because the Pokemon Go set didn't draw as much interest as a lot of people thought that it was going to. People are going back to celebrations because they want those pull rates that are a lot better than what we saw with Pokemon Go, what we saw with Astral Radiance. So it's kind of trending in the upward direction, which is very, very interesting. At one point, this was sitting at $5.99. That was at the beginning of June. It's kind of stabilized off, but it was at $5.21 at the end of May before shooting up. Right now, it's sitting at $5.88, but this is going to change because the lowest listed right now on TCG Player is $6.15, and those are just single quantities of booster packs. So this is going to move upwards of $6, probably closer to that $6.25, $6.30 mark over the next couple weeks as the market continues to shift upwards for celebrations. If we look at the Elite Trainer box, this is the normal Elite Trainer box, not the Pokemon Center exclusive one. You can see just peaks and valleys all over the place trying to figure out what this product is going to do. At one point, this was sitting at $77.41, and that was at the beginning of June before dropping back down. Now, it hasn't hit, or it hits 3-month low at the end of July at $70.67, but now it's trending back upwards to that 3-month high of $76.10. Again, this is very impacted by the amount of stock that people are holding on to that maybe stashed a bunch away. Maybe they put away cases and they're like, okay, I'm fine selling this for $75, $80. It's not going to balloon to $200 like what we saw from Shining Legends or what we saw from Generations. I don't have the patience. I need the money. I want to put it somewhere else. So now you see a lot of people kind of selling one-offs of this product on TCG Player where it's just one at a time. And it's really starting to kind of stabilize the market for these Elite Trainer boxes where it's selling at $76.10 right now. The Pokemon Center exclusive one, kind of the same thing, up and down a little bit. $116.82 was its high point, which it hit the beginning of June. That was coming off of a 3-month low of $102.60, but now it's trending back downward to that $102.60. It's sitting at $106.36 right now after getting up to $116.82. So kind of stabilizing at this part, obviously way ahead of the MSRP for this specific product. This one's a lot more limited than what we saw of the actual Elite Trainer box. If you remember when Celebrations came out, their Elite Trainer boxes all over the place at Target, at Walmart. They had brought out extra additional planograms so that way they could make sure that this product was available for people to pick up. It was absolutely nuts. Way more product than I think a lot of people originally thought. But the Pokemon Center exclusive, obviously a more in demand, a more short supply of this product. So wouldn't surprise me if you can continue seeing this kind of trend in the upper direction, and you might see $120, $125 kind of closer to that holiday season after we hit the 1-year anniversary next or in a couple months. The figure collection, a little bit interesting because it is trending in the upward direction. These are a pain to ship, so it's very, very difficult for people to hold on to these sealed because they are so big and bulky. This was sitting at $58.91 at the beginning of July before dropping back down. Now it's sitting at $56.78, which is well above its 3-month high at $52. But again, not a whole lot as far as a gap goes in between there as far as the amount of dollars go, but starting to trend kind of back in that upward direction. A lot of these Celebrations products are slowly starting to trend back upwards after seeing kind of a bit of a crash like what we saw with the rest of the Pokemon market, where everything dropped down at the beginning of July as people started, paying more attention to summer and doing more things. And now that summer is starting to come to a close, you start seeing things move in the opposite direction a little bit. Next up, we've got the Pikachu V Union collection. This is not the playmat collection. This is just the normal one. At one point in time, this was selling for $28.26. They printed a lot of these. They printed this all over the place. There was a lot that came out, additional waves, and even more product that was made available after those allocated waves were sent out. This hit $25.33 at the beginning of July, middle of July, I should say, and now it's starting to trend back upwards. Still closer to its 3-month low of $25.33. It's sitting at $26.19 currently. This is a very interesting one to me because it is trending downward, and the mini display or the mini tin display is something that's interesting because once you break open that display and sell the products inside individually as individual tins, it's not going to have as much lore because it breaks the supply of it, right? So once you break open the actual sealed display of it, it makes the display more unique because it all of a sudden becomes less available. And since a sealed display is going to be less available, I always assume there's going to be a bigger demand for this item, but it is trending in the downward direction right now. $127.97 was its high point at the beginning of May, and it's done nothing but go down since then, sitting at $118.71 currently, which is still a little bit above its 1-month high of $117.60. The Celebrations chest, which was widely available, is the one that's trending probably the most in the upward direction. 38.28 was its 3-month high, which it hit in the middle of July, and it's kind of leveled off since then, slowly starting to creep back up, sitting at 37.87, definitely trending upwards. Its low point 33.17 it hit at the beginning of May, and really just done a good job of heading in the upward direction since then. Same thing with the Sylveon collection, really starting to climb up that mountain. 31.56 is its 3-month high, which it's currently sitting at right now, which is about 15-20% higher than it was at the beginning of May when it hit its 3-month low of $27.29. Then we've got the Charizard collection here, as you can see, kind of hiding behind my graph. The Lance's Charizard V collection, a high point of $41.80, which it actually hit at the beginning of June, but it's been close to that in the middle of July also. Its low point of $34.73. So you're looking at about 25% of a gain over the last 3 months. It was sitting at $5 or sitting at $34.73 at the end of May before really shooting back up, and now it's kind of leveled off a little bit, sitting at $37.90, closer to its 3-month high than its 3-month low. Then we've got the Deluxe Pin collection, that's Zacian collection. $34.21 was its high point, which it actually hit a few weeks ago before dropping back down now to $33.78. But you can see it's been very, very level over the last couple months now. $29.77 was its low point, so about 20% higher than what it was at the end of May. Really just started trending upwards. Same thing with the V Memories box. This was an exclusive item at GameStop. $62.76 was its high point, which it hit at the end of June, and that's well above its low point, about 15% above its low point, $57.21 that it hit at the beginning of May. It dropped down a little bit and it's kind of leveled off. It's sitting at $61.07, having a much slower growth pattern right now, but definitely trending in the upper direction. The Dragapult collection, very, very heavy, very tough to ship. It's one of those items that with an MSRP of only like $15, it's more than a pound, so it's going to be more expensive to ship, so it's a lot less easy for people to kind of flip this. $17.95 was its low point, which it actually hit a couple weeks ago. $18.07 is where it's currently sitting now. It's way down from its $21.89 3-month high. Then we've got the Charizard V Tin collection. This is kind of the same as the Dark Sylveon collection. These were available at Walmart. They had tons of these available. $30.61 is its low point, which it hit the beginning of June. Now it's trending back upwards, sitting at $32.76 right now, right in between its 3-month high and 3-month low. Its high point $34.76 it had at the beginning of May. Now we're going to look at a few singles quick, just to kind of wrap this all together of what you can pull out of celebrations, because it's very interesting seeing some of these sealed products, a lot of these sealed products start trending upwards, but you continue to see the singles trend downwards, especially the bigger ones, like this Gold Mew right here, that's a fan favorite. A lot of people love this card. $42.46 was its high point at the beginning of May, and even though it's had a little bit of peaks here and there, it's really just going down, trending in the downward direction, sitting at $36 right now, which is its 3-month low, well below its $42.46 high. So you're looking at about 30% that this card has dropped over the last 3 months. Then we've got the Charizard from Celebrations, also trending in the downward direction. It's lost close to 20% over the last 3 months. At one point in May, it was sitting at $77.39, and it's really gone down since then, sitting at $64.34 currently. Same thing with the Umbreon, dropping close to 30%. It was at $25.94 at the beginning of May, and you can see it's just really trended downward, sitting at $19.95 a couple weeks ago. Now it's sitting at $20.38, so much closer to that 3-month low. We'll see if it can continue to fall below $20 or not. If you haven't filled out your Celebrations Master Set, really now is a good time to kind of look at some of these singles, especially as more and more sealed product becomes scarce, less and less available. And then we've got the Fish, the Shiny Magikarp, sitting at $19.02 at the beginning of May. It did hit its 3-month low right after that at the end of May, $15.89 before rebounding a little bit, but now it's kind of leveled off. It's sitting at $16.52, one of the toughest cards in the set to pull, sitting at $16.52. And the reason I looked at only these 4 cards is because everything else has fallen into single-digit territory. So if there's other cards that you still haven't received or haven't pulled, like the Rayquaza, like the Tapu Lele, like the Mewtwo, those are all single-digit prices now. You can find them single copies under $10. The Celebration set is very, very small, so a lot of these cards that you can kind of find laying on TCG Player on eBay, finding them for single digits can really help you fill out your Celebrations collection for relatively cheap, which is super cool. I hope you guys do like this kind of information. If you do, please hit that subscribe button down below. Leave a like and a comment. It does go a very, very long way for the algorithm. Helps spread the channel, share the channel a little bit. So thank you so much for your time, your attention. I really appreciate you guys. I will see you guys. We'll have a video on Tuesday where we talk over booster packs, and Thursday where we talk over booster packs, and then we'll stream on Wednesday. Hopefully hopefully opening up this box. Guys, thank you so much for everything. I will talk to you soon. Until then, peace.